to my channel. My name is Cristina Barrientos. If you're new here, subscribe. If you're wondering why I already have eyeshadow on and no lashes and no base, it's because I'm literally in the middle of filming three videos at once. Right now, I'm getting ready to try some new product. First of all, I want to prime my face. For that, I'm going to use the Tula Skincare Brighten Up Smoothing Primer Gel. This is what it looks like. It has like a almost citrusy scent to it, and it looks like that. Look at how, you see that, girl? We gonna get schmoove today. So what I'm gonna do is rub this in between my fingertips and sort of just massage it in. Oh, I can see that the texture I have on my face has been softened a bit. The next thing that I'm going to use is the new Milk Eyeshadow Primer. So this is a Hydro Grip Eye Primer and Base. So they say that you can actually use this underneath your eye. So like it's a 360 primer. This is what it looks like. It doesn't really have a smell to it. And in the meetings that we had for this primer, they basically said the reason why they made a eye base instead of saying, hey, use the Hydro Grip around your eye, is because the products we use on our face aren't necessarily for our eyes. And that's something a lot of people aren't necessarily aware of. So I'm just gonna put this down here. It's supposed to help with concealer creasing and of course your eyeshadow. So I'm gonna put this down here and we're gonna see what it do. It's lightweight too. It doesn't feel like the Hydro Grip primer, the original one for the face. It's not sticky and I can't feel it underneath my eyes, which is great. So moving on to my base, I'm going to use the Abh Bronzer. Now I did use this in a TikTok video and my experience was blending it out with a brush was not that sweet. It was not that sweet at all. So I'm gonna blend it out with a beauty blender, and this is in the shade Chestnut. Now this product is very pigmented, and to my girlies on Twitter who helped me understand that perhaps I should be, look at that, perhaps I should be using a sponge with this instead, I appreciate you. So I'm gonna start on the side of my face. Woo! Like that. This is pigmented and deep. I don't think I go this deep normally with my bronzers. This did definitely blend better with the Beauty Blender. Praise Jah. And I'm just gonna tap over my nose. Like that, because I like to contour my nose a bit. Every time I do my mustache now, I think about Jackie Aino. Moving on, okay. I'm going to be trying this product out from Urban Decay. This is the Stay Naked Hydro Maniac Tinted Glow Hydrator Medium Coverage up to 24-hour wear. They just sent me this, so I haven't tried it. Ooh, it's got the little squeezy thing on there. Okay, I'm just going to squeeze some on and see what happens. Now, my concern with this is that number one, it might be super pigmented. Number two, it might be too hydrating to not crease on my face. That's my number one concern. But I'm enjoying making an alien fool of myself. So I'm gonna take my Beauty Blender and I'm gonna blend it in. Oh, when they said medium coverage, they meant it. Okay. This shade is definitely yellow as well. And nowadays, I really like to put on my base makeup with a brush. Usually, I'd put on my my bronze tour with a brush. You know, pretty much everything except the concealer. I blend out my concealer with the Beauty Blender. But that's how it's looking so far. It is medium coverage for sure. And when you blend it out, I feel like the coverage does sheer a bit when you blend it out, or when I blend it out. I don't feel like I'm a fan of either product, but I'm gonna make this work because I I got to finish my videos. So what I'm going to do is take a little bit of this Kosas concealer in the shade 8, and I'm going to essentially warm this whole face up with this. I actually really love this concealer. This product right here is creasing in my smile lines, which is to be expected because obviously it's a hydrating product and they don't usually stick or stay like that. Let's move on to some other new products. So Milk came out with these Bionic Blushes. Y'all know I love me some orange blush. So I'm going to put the orange one on just because it matches my face. And I'm going to put this on a little palette. I imagine they're super pigmented, so I'm not going to use a lot at all. I do need to pop on my eyelashes though, so let's do that real quick before they dry again. They dried up on me while I was trying the other products. The lashes that I'm wearing are from the Makeup Shack. Shout out to Rocio for having a discount code with them. And I think these are in the style Kaylani. So I'm gonna pop these on. Earlier today I went ahead and cut my eyelashes. I didn't cut them off, I just gave them a nice little trim. Cause they be getting in my way, girl. They be getting in my way. Having long eyelashes is nice if you do not wear fake ones. Because if you wear fake ones, they will get in the way and lift your eyelashes, which is a no-no for me. And I'm just separating my real eyelashes so that when I pinch them together with the fake ones and put on some mascara, because that's what I do, everything will come together seamlessly. When you're putting on eyelashes, you also really want to make sure that you're getting behind your real lashes, because if your real lashes get in between your eyelid and the band, it's gonna make them lift. So for the blush, I'm gonna use the same brush that I used to apply the skin tint, this. And I'm just gonna tap this right up in here. Now, I don't remember if these are supposed to be super pigmented or not, but just from the looks of it, they're not super pigmented, which isn't a bad thing in my opinion, because that just means that you'll be able to build them up if you want to. This one is really, really cute. Like it's giving me peachy kiss vibes, if that makes any sense. Okay, so now that I've got the blush on, I feel a little bit better, but I'm still not digging the way that the Urban Decay product is looking around the perimeter of my face. I'm gonna take what's left of my old Laura Mercier powder, and I'm gonna dip right into it with this beauty blender, and I'm gonna set my face. I like to set around my mouth first because that's where I have creasing. And so this area gets the most powder. Then I take some powder and I go right up underneath my eyes and on the side of the bridge of my nose. And I don't take my powder out here because it's not necessary, especially since I like having a radiant look. Girl, I'm scraping this powder, girl. I can never get the Laura Mercier container open. And I know that's sort of the point, like it's supposed to be tight enough to hold in this super fine powder, but sometimes I'll be like, okay, I just want to get what I paid for, Laura. Now I will say that I'm definitely going to put a different bronzer on top of the one that I'm wearing now, because the combination of the two base products just was not, it was not what that is. Like y'all can see, she looks ashy. She needs some milk. What I'm gonna use for that is the MAC NC47 Studio Fix Powder Plus Foundation. You can never go wrong with the powder foundation, and the reason why is because powder foundation is more pigmented, so you get a lot more bang for your buck, and it lasts longer. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna come around the perimeter of my face and I'm tapping this in. I'm pretty sure this is a Eco Tools brush, that or it was ordered off of like AliExpress or something. I've had this for a very long time. My sister actually gave it to me, my younger sister. But I'm gonna tap along the edges, and I'm being really light-handed because I actually want this to blend. I'm not trying to be looking like a crazy person. Same thing on my cheeks. So I'm gonna turn the brush, dust it off, and I'm gonna turn the brush angled like this and blend upwards. This is gonna add here and look a little bit darker because I'm layering it on top of a wet product, but that is okay. So I like to use cream and liquid blushes, mostly cream, but I also like setting them with a metallic blush. This is my favorite one from MAC. It's called Hush Toned, and it's very, very pretty. It's a jewel toned blush. And I'm just gonna put her right on top of where I put that liquid blush from Milk. So that was all of the new products that I had to try. I guess I'm gonna go ahead and rate them for you on a scale of 1 to 10. If I had to pick anything that I really liked the most, it would definitely be the Bionic Blushes. I like them. They look good, and I know on top of my regular foundation that I like to wear, which is the L'Oreal 24-Hour Fresh Wear, these will look incredible. I like how they paired with the blush that I like to put on top of my cream ones, and they look good by themselves. I also like that they're pigmented, but they're not opaque. So, you know, you can build them up to make them look loud if you want to. Let's see, the Hydro Grip Eye Primer. I don't really have much to say about this. I think it's innovative. I really appreciate that it's a 360 primer. I do want to try it with eyeshadow on top though. I want to try that. But as far as how my under eyes are looking, you know, I did use a lot of powder. So they look good for me putting a lot of powder on. And I would recommend this for anyone who's wanting to try something super easy to use, something that's transparent, especially if you don't put concealer underneath your brows and you just put on eyeshadow, things like that. These kind of primers are great for that. And then, so I'm gonna keep this, and I'm keeping the blush. This, I'm gonna have to give away to somebody who is slightly more fair complected than me, that likes to just rub their makeup on. I think this would be great for anyone who wants something with a little bit more coverage, something easy to apply, something you could probably rub in with your fingers. For me, it's a no-go because I like for my foundations to be super heavy coverage, or not super, but I like full coverage makeup, and I also need something that's not hydrating but not matte, if that makes any sense. Like, I need a satin finish for my makeup, especially with all the powder that I wear, and I want it to stay on is another thing. So this is a no-go for me, but I do recommend this for anyone who likes an easy medium coverage product that they can just slap on and go, okay? And then as far as the bronzer is concerned, the bronzer is really pigmented. I like how well it applied with the Beauty Blender, but I don't know if I'm gonna be using it that often because when it mixes with my makeup, it turns a little ashy for me. So, and that's because of the tone of my makeup. So yeah, this is definitely not a bad product though. If you're somebody who likes bronzers and you want something more easy to put on than powder, because powder you really do have to try to blend, this is a great way to go. I'd probably go a shade down for myself because it's so deep. I really don't need something this dark, and that's probably why I turned cool toned on me. The formula itself though blended really well with the Beauty Blender. I do wish that it blended good with a brush. I don't know if I need a specific type of brush, but the brush that I used before was dual fiber synthetic, and it got super patchy. So and then as far as the Tulip Primer is concerned, I liked it. It wasn't anything super magnificent for me, and I have used it a couple of times before. I really like using this primer for when I'm just gonna do some easygoing makeup. I don't need my makeup to stay on forever and ever and ever. And I like how smoothing it is. I mean, y'all can see my skin. You know, I have texture, but when I put it on, obviously I got a little bit blur going on. More than anything though, I liked how when I put it on it was cooling and that it wasn't greasy. Like, it doesn't have Doesn't feel like it has silicones in it, so I don't feel like my makeup's gonna slide off my face. So I'm gonna keep that too. But yeah, y'all, that's everything for today. Like this video if you want to see more videos of me reviewing new makeup, stuff that I get in PR, because I do get stuff every month. And I do giveaways too. But like this video if you want to see more videos like this. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'm gonna see y'all next time, period.